Namaste, Sacred Masters, and welcome to this pick a card session for your shadow work. We have the deck shuffle and 3 random cards from the Dark Mirror Oracle deck placed before you. If you want to purchase this deck, look for the link in the description box below. You can pause the video and take your time to see if any of these cards resonate with you, and then use the time code in order to jump to the card you choose. This is card 1, 2, and 3. Don't forget there are many more pick a card videos to choose from. You can find them in my playlist, Shadow Work Pick a Shadow Card, on my channel's main page, so don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell for more pick a card sessions. After you pick your card, I will explain what each card means in the book. Now, the book's description is poetic and can be confusing sometimes, but for the sake of sharing, I will read it out, then give you my interpretation of it. You will hear my interpretation when I remove my mask and speak with my normal voice. I will also give you a shadow prompt in order to get started on some shadow work based on the card you pick, together with Grabovia codes to help with your shadow work sessions, or sometimes a link to another video relating to the matter. Alright, let's get started. Pick a card and jump to the timestamp. You pick the card Forgetting Oneself, represented by the waxing gibbous moon. It is illustrated with a naked young man whose curly brown hair are intertwined by a golden laurel crown. Half of a golden mask protects his eyes, while the sky around him breaks, ripped to take the shape of mistletoe branch. The sentence that resonates with the card is, eating the lotus flower, numbing our identity to go by the sound of music that was never ours. What this represents is the modern Adonis, an ancient Hermes, a grown-up Cupid shrined by laurel, mirth, and lotus. He is the welcoming allure of the present moment, the warm embrace which numbs everything else, like Baku's wet kid. If you let go of pressure and of pain, if you let go enough of your identity and the context you live in, then you will just feel better. It is what happens when you fall asleep, when you take refuge in the arms of a loved one, or when you watch a movie slumped ungraciously on a comfy couch. Sometimes, however, it asks more. It takes more out of you, more of yourself to be forgotten, to feel just a little better, forgetting everything, letting everything go. Not just as a moment of rest, but as a jump in the dark. It is like vertigo, but it is just a moment of rest, a moment of pause, a moment of uncreative unselfishness. So what? Let it be and sleep soundly. To interpret this card properly, we need to understand our purpose that the universe gave us. Look around you. We all came here to be creators, but too often than not, we become consumers more than we are creators. We spend our time consuming things, whether it is junk food or binge TV watching, that we forget we are creative. The word creative comes from the word to create. Instead of eating junk food, can we learn to cook instead? Instead of binge watching TV, can we write a story or journal instead? The universe doesn't judge what is a big or small creation, just that we create. Your shadow prompt for today would be, what am I consuming that I can cut back on? Think about something that you may do too much or too regularly, and ask yourself, how can you use that time to create something instead? You don't have to forego your favorite TV show, but how about cutting that time in half and focus on a hobby instead? Learn a new skill, take up a new class, something. Use the Grabovia code 498518498 to increase determination and give you energy to go out and fulfill your purpose as a creator. If you want to know how to use Grabovia codes in your sessions for meditating or journaling, check out the link above or in the description box below. I hope this session gives you something to work on. Pick up your shadow journals and let's start finding our inner and true authentic self. I'll try to post more pick a card every week depending on my schedule, so that gives you some time to sit with your shadow prompt and begin working on positive changes to a new life. If you found something new about yourself, don't forget to comment and share with others as well. This not only helps build courage and self-esteem, but it also encourages others that they are not alone. I'll see you in the next session. Namaste. The card you picked is Perchance to Dream, which is represented by the new moon phase. It is illustrated with a crowning naked man reclining, his eyes closed and his body dissolving in the wind. Another man holds him gently. Behind them a circle of brass, risen by thin silvery threads. The sentence that resonates with this is, to die, to sleep, perchance to dream, or... What this card talks about is that it's time to surrender, to drown, to dive in, head first, in the cozy, all-enveloping darkness of the blanket. It is a moment of weakness, a desire to close your eyes and surrender, just for one moment, 1 second, 1 minute. Not like a hero fighting the world, but like a kid just welcoming the darkness outside within, fully. How long will that moment last? A minute? What can we say? Just a minute, but it's not true. Disappearing is but an instant, just the time to take a breath twice, and yet it can take ages. Ages we will regret. Ages that we will have lost, like stolen by our own surrendering. And yet we close our eyes. We let one sense after the other slow down to nothing. Sight first, then hearing, and smell. Last will be the touch, the comforting hand we all deserve, to hold us up when we have not done enough and we just cannot let it go. What many people do not know is that dreams are a gateway into understanding ourselves. When we are dreaming, the subconscious speaks to us directly. But the subconscious does not speak to us in logic, but rather in symbols. We dream about things, and our subconscious can either tell us we are going in the right path or give us a warning to take care of something. When one uses dream symbols to work, what shadow work we are doing, we are tapping into a meta reality and possibly the most advanced form of shadow work. If you have problems remembering your dreams or want to use it to do shadow work, check out my video on this link above or on the description box below. The shadow prompt you can use for today would be, what are recurring symbols I dream about? If you dream about something constantly, such as wolves or teeth falling out or maybe flying, you should write it all down and look online at what these dreams mean. Your subconscious could be telling you something important about your life, but you may be ignoring it. Use the Grabovia code 612066285 so that you can tap into the energies of a more meta shadow work, which is lucid dreaming. If you want to know how to use Grabovia codes in your sessions for meditating or journaling, check out the link above or in the description box below. I hope this session gives you something to work on. Pick up your shadow journals and let's start finding our inner and true authentic self. I'll try to post more pick a card every week depending on my schedule, so that gives you some time to sit with your shadow prompt and begin working on positive changes to a new life. If you found something new about yourself, don't forget to comment and share with others as well. This not only helps build courage and self-esteem, but it also encourages others that they are not alone. I'll see you in the next session. Namaste. The card you picked is Anger and Chains and is represented by the waning crescent moon phase. It is illustrated with lions and sparks and chains and signs and lines all melted together. Geometry and colors like an explosion. The sentence that resonates with this card is, I've got to break free. I want to be free. This card shows that anger is not the road to clarity. It's not a controlled effort or a cold dish. It is raw, primal, explosive. It is the loss of reason, the loss of restraint, a bomb burning bright in black color, a wax seal carefully crafted to be immediately broken. But anger is also freedom. How can you break a single thread woven with a million of others? How can you unfether yourself from a bad situation, letting all the rest unchanged? It doesn't work like that. When you need to break free, you need to shake and shout. And more things will be broken than just what you want to hurt. They're like a bundle. You can target, but you cannot choose. Break many to break one. Save one to save many. The name of the card should give you a clue as to what shadow work prompt this is. From experience, we know that anger binds us in a chain of negativity. Anger leads us to do many things that we later regret, or even worse, take us further down into the vibrational chart to sadness and depression as well. Anger can be a survival trait in which we act out when we are frightened, or it could be an expressive trait in which we communicate intensely when all other forms of communication fail. But most often than not, after we are done being angry, we feel shame. Shame for our behavior that we later regret. In the absence of shadow work, anger is the most common way our shadow child and our shadow side spills out and lashes out. Unfortunately, we do it to the people nearest and closest to us. This card holds the basis of shadow work, so I could give a million shadow prompts for it. For the sake of getting started, let's just begin by asking ourselves, what emotion brings out the worst in you? What do you think that is? How can we do shadow work to heal it? Can we do shadow child work to heal ourselves? If you want a whole course that is free on healing the shadow child, click on the link above or look at the description box below. When contemplating on these intense emotions, use Grabovio code 10011051010 to invite energies of peace around you. If you want to know how to use Grabovio codes in your sessions for meditating or journaling, check out the link above or in the description box below. I hope this session gives you something to work on. Pick up your shadow journals and let's start finding our inner and true authentic self. I'll try to post more pick a card every week depending on my schedule, so that gives you some time to sit with your shadow prompt and begin working on positive changes to a new life. If you found something new about yourself, don't forget to comment and share with others as well. This not only helps build courage and self-esteem, but it also encourages others that they are not alone. I'll see you in the next session. Namaste.